of the sports. Are you following?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a white man standing on big, gigantic Mother Earth who's knocking his tiny little white balls into black Mother Earth. Because Muhammad said the only way that the white man can enter into the hereafter is to have the black woman. And they're after you, like the white woman is after the black man. Now, I don't mean to make this a racist or a racial kind of conversation right here, but we need to talk about racism, white supremacy. Are you following me? Because they play some of their rituals out under the guise of racism. And if we write racism off as discrimination and prejudging us, you're wrong. It's not prejudging us, and it's not discrimination. Call it what it is. It's racism, white supremacy. It's a local and global power system set up and maintained by white men in power. Rich, wealthy white men in power. So they play these games, all right, to facilitate white supremacy. They won't, back in the day, they never let black men join the team. If you go back far enough, are you following me?
Right.
They never let a black man coach the team because they were playing out these rituals inside of the ball games. So white men play little tiny white balls, ping pong and these kind of things, because they like playing with little tiny white balls. We, the brothers, play with the big brown and black balls. Are you following me? We play basketball, football, bowling, and this kind of thing. And every once in a while, you know, we throw around the gigantic medicine ball. Hold on one second. Yes, sir. Yeah. Load what? I'll be in a second. So let me finish this. So when we talking about the most virulent white men who play these important sports games, like I said, they play with the little tiny white balls. But we have to understand that particular dynamic. So when it came to Tiger Woods, Tiger Woods just so happened that when he came into the world of tennis, to the world of the wide world of sports, he didn't come in as a black man. He said he was totally something different. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, Kablasian. That's what he said.
And what the hell that is? You see, that has no meaning and no substance and no relevance and no power and no weight when it comes to racism, white supremacy. White people see us as one thing, and that's black. They don't care if you got slanted eyes, afro, a bald head, dreads, or weave, or whatever the hell you got. They see you as black. They're not going to stop and ask you, what are you? Are you following me?
Right.
So we need to understand that particular dynamic. And we need to understand that very well. So now with Tiger Woods, almost a billionaire now, when he married somebody else's maid, we got to look at who's the woman that he married. Not only that, we need to look at all the other women that he has so-called affairs with. Are you following me? We just worried, he messed around on his wife and yada, 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 whoopty-whoopty-whoop. Stop that. That's a distraction. Who were these women? One of these women was his handler. Michael Jackson had a handler. Brian Nichols, the dude that shot up the courthouse in Atlanta, had a handler. Someone that controlled him. Are you following me? Sammy Davis Jr., belonging to the Church of Satan, had a handler. A lot of these people have handlers. Someone inside of the Illuminati that's helping bring a mind control experiment to fruition. Someone has to handle the subject, so to speak. In this case, Brian Nichols being the subject. In this case, Michael Jackson being the subject. In this case, Tiger Woods was the subject. Are you following me? If you don't believe me, look at that mini movie that Michael Jackson made, which no one talks about, sister. It's called Michael Jackson's Ghost. Go online and check it out right now if you think I'm BSing. It's called Michael Jackson's Ghost. You'll see Michael Jackson ascending and descending. You'll see Michael Jackson coming in the cloak of a white man, but really a black man, taking off his mask, presenting himself and giving homage to the skull and bones, dancing on the floor of Lorraine, representing the cross of Lorraine. What do I mean by the cross of Lorraine? The cross of Lorraine is a Rosicrucian cross that they use here in America at the gas station called Exxon. The gas station Exxon is not two X's, brothers and sisters. It's a Rosicrucian cross called the cross of Lorraine. Where they use this in a ritual? Where was Dr. Martin Luther King assassinated at? At the Lorraine Motel. Are you following me?
Right.
And this is not by accident. This is not by accident. This is real. And they play these rituals out unbeknownst to us. We don't even know these things.
Right.
So they play it out in the sports games. Look at pool, billiards. It's a green earth. All the other colored people on the earth that are represented by the balls. It's the white ball that to dominate all the other colored balls on the earth. And the last one they got to deal with is the 8 ball, which is the black ball. And even in our language, we say we don't get caught behind the 8 ball. Are you following me?
Right.
You position yourself with the dark phallic symbol between your legs, and the white ball, the white people, knock all the other colored people under the earth. And that's exactly what white people are doing. They're going across the earth, dominating and controlling and taking people's natural resources under the guise of establishing democracy. Shit, democracy don't work in America. The hell, you're going to establish someplace else.
Right.
The people
And
in Iran don't want democracy. China don't want democracy. Afghanistan don't want a democracy. The Republic of the Congo and Tanzania and Ghana and South Africa and the Sudan, Libya, they don't want democracy. Democracy don't work for the white boy over here. Now, what was you going to say, sir?
No, I was just listening to you. I had something, but then you just thinking back to what you were saying about how different countries don't want a democracy and so forth and so on. So now let's speed up a little bit. Let's focus on President Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
What in your opinion, why do you think he's in office right now?
Well, in my humble opinion,
right,
I think fascism. And if you don't know what the word means, I'm not talking to you, sis. I'm talking about your listeners. Because I find a lot of people calling me, emailing me, wanting to argue and debate, and they don't even know what these terms mean. Professor Griff didn't make up these terms. Fascism needs a new face. In order for them to control the natural resources across the globe, the still pale-faced white people are getting tired of that. They need a new face because they're about to go into Africa. As a matter of fact, they've already been in Africa. Study the document called AFRICOM. AFRICOM. AFRICOM.
Yeah.
They need a new face to go into Africa to control the natural resources. Because without the natural resources coming from Africa, these people can't exist. That's why they have that bloodshed in Darfur. That's why they're in Afghanistan to run the pipeline. Are you following me? To get oil.
Right.
That's why they're in South Africa. That's why multinational corporations have to control black people here in order to control black people there. Are you following me?
Right.
The one who's pulling the strings behind Barack Obama's back is the big new Brzezinski. I'm going to say it real slow. The big new Brzezinski is the one controlling things. He was Jimmy Carter's advisor, one of his top advisors. He's the one who's really controlling things. Look this man up and tell me if I'm lying. Zbigniew Brzezinski. Are you following me? Then you have to do what Steve Coakley said by connecting the dots. Find out who they're connected to and find out what organization they belong to. And then it trickles down. You can find out what secret society they belong to. You know what team they're on in a minute. That's not hard to do. That's not all you got to do is do a little bit of studying, stop getting high, and stop eating pork for a minute. Leave the damn concocted-ass religion called Christianity alone for a minute and start doing some real studying and come out of the damn box. You can find out these things. This is not hard to figure out. And I want to tell Christians one last thing for the Christians. If your church that you go to and your pastor that you worship belong to the World Council of Churches, you got a damn problem. Because that is the branch and the arm of the Illuminati to control religion. World Council of Churches. Put it in your search engine. And then call brother Professor Griff and let me know what you come up with. Once again, my phone number is 678-557-2919.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to take some calls. We're into 45 minutes of the first